Some parties are invite only, and some invitations don't ask for an RSVP. They ask for your soul. Tonight, on Deadscape Diaries, we slip into the seams of a forgotten gala, where the costumes don't come off and the guests don't leave. This is the Unraveling. We weren't just art students, we were escape artists, stitching together our futures one cosplay at a time. Dream, make it big at Comic-Con, and this year, we finally had a shot, an invite to the exclusive Unraveling, a secret costume ball whispered about in industry circles, horror blogs, and buried subreddits. Nobody gets in unless you're sponsored by the old ones, whatever that meant. But Andrea, she got us tickets, said she found them tucked into a cracked book at the weird antique store on Bleecker, the one that never has the same hours twice. Andrea was all in. As usual, she crafted this terrifying look, shredded black lace, veils soaked in grave dirt, and a corset threaded with something she swore was human hair. Her vibe? Resurrected widow with unfinished business. I went a little more contained. Plague doctor mask, leather, muted trauma, classic creep. But the centerpiece? Andrea's necklace. A crimson gem, oddly shaped, cut like no stone I'd ever seen. It pulsed faintly like it had a heartbeat. She said she found it in an old prop chest her aunt inherited from a defunct community theater. It's not a prop, I told her. It looks like blood frozen in glass. She just smiled. The unraveling was held in a condemned textile mill outside Herkimer, way out past where GPS stopped working. We followed a path of candle stubs through rusted machines and moth-eaten curtains deeper into the heart of the mill. Then we found it, a ballroom of rotting wood, mirrors warped with age, and shadows that didn't move quite right. Everyone there looked wrong. Masks stitched directly to faces, gowns that pulsed like lungs, gloves that twitched when no one moved, and silence, not quiet, silence, like the air had been sewn shut. Andrea, she belonged instantly. The moment she stepped inside, they surrounded her. Pale hands glided over her veil, her lace, her skin, like they were searching for seams in reality. Then one of them leaned in, thin, faceless, with a collar of pins, and whispered, "You brought it, didn't you?" Andrea nodded and held up the gem. They led her away. I tried to follow, but a figure in a cracked porcelain wolf mask stepped between us. He placed one finger on his lips and said, "This isn't your dance." I waited. The candles burned low. The crowd thinned. I called her name again and again, but the sound barely carried. Then I saw her, standing in the far mirror, still, watching, the crimson gem glowing faintly from her neck. But something was wrong. Her veil didn't move. Her face was wrong. It wasn't Andrea anymore. Something was wearing her like a costume. I turned to run, and the mirrors around the room began to ripple. One cracked as I passed, not like glass, more like skin. The walls pulsed. The floor swayed like it was stitched to a sleeping beast. And then I heard her voice, Andrea's voice, soft and strangled, coming from behind the mirrors. "Help me. It's sewing me in." I don't remember how I got out. I remember fog, a burning smell, and the feeling of thread wrapped around my wrists. The mill burned down 3 nights later. The official story? Electrical fire. No records, no survivors, no Andrea. But I see her, sometimes in my mirror, sometimes in the reflection on the train window at night. She never speaks, she just stares. The gem is gone. I wake up with pinprick scars on my chest, like something's been stitching through me while I was asleep. Every night, a new mark. And every night, I hear her voice again, just one phrase. "You weren't invited, but you stayed too long." They say fashion is pain, but at the Unraveling, pain is just the pattern. If you like this tale of stitched souls and vanishing masks, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe before someone fits you for a final costume. This has been another descent to the dark with Deadscape Diaries.